Well, hello there, Capricorn. It is time for your full moon tarot reading. We have our full moon January 6th in the sign of Cancer. It's today. I'm really up to the wire on the time, but you know how life is. Anyways, all right, so we're going to be looking at the full moon today. We're going to look at the peak of the cycle. This is where any plant seeds that you planted or intentions that you put out a couple weeks ago around the new moon, this is when they might start showing themselves to you. This is also a halfway point, so there could be stuff that needs to be released. If you're new to the channel, my name is Melissa. I do my zodiac tarot readings on the new moon and the full moon because that's just how I do it. And I also do witchy unboxing videos, Metaphysical Mondays, and current event tarot readings as well. So if that sounds like your vibe, please do subscribe. Anyways, all right, so let's get into your reading. Capricorn, full moon. I am using a spread that I created. It's a very simple spread with the goal to do 10-minute tarot readings to save you time and me time, really, honestly. Nobody wants to, I mean, yeah, we do like watching the videos for 30 minutes, but sometimes we just want a quick and easy version. All right, so created the spread myself. We're going to look at what is leading up to the full moon, so past, full moon, present, and then we're going to look at going forward after the new moon, what to expect in order to prepare for the next cycle. So let's look at leading up to the full moon. Oh, I'm sorry. We have the Eight of Cups and the Three of Swords. So this is like our heartbreak energy, right? The Three of Swords has a reputation. This Eight of Cups is walking away, turning your back. So this could be turning your back on heartache when, you know, moving on from this. I usually get healing from the Three of Swords, which is it's kind of atypical. I don't see anybody else talk about that aspect of it, but anytime a Three of Swords shows up in a reading, to me, it indicates that there is healing that needs to be done. So it is usually something that has not been healed yet. Could be related to a tragedy or heartbreak, or really a significant loss in some way. But this is walking away too. So you could be either turning your back on your healing process or walking away from something that you know is going to put you in this state. And you've invested all this time and energy into something and you're walking away from it. And it really could be about you embracing that part of yourself, knowing that things like that are going to happen and that you're, you know, accepting that it's time to move away from something, accepting loss as a part of life. And I don't necessarily mean that in a death sense, but there are just some things that you have to let go. And this reminds me of a saying, or I know it might have been a poster in elementary school or a meme. I don't know. Probably all of the above. But it's something to the effect of sometimes it hurts more to hold on than it does to let go. And the image that I always see with it is like a hand with a rope, like hanging from a rope, and it's wrapped around and it's like, you know, like messing up the skin and damaging the skin and causing more damage than if you would have just let go. If that hand would just let go and let the rope go, it would end this suffering. And a lot of times what that kind of tells me is the suffering comes from trying to hold on to something. So that could have something to do with it as well. But man, that Eight of Cups with the Three of Swords, that is a combo you don't want to see very often. Nobody wants to see that combo. But the Eight of Swords has like a hope aspect. It's a realization that just because you've put so much effort forward doesn't mean that you have to finish what you started in there. You know what I mean? There is like, you know, a bright horizon in the background. That's what the character in this card is walking towards. And that is, you know, finding freedom and accepting that, yeah, I put all this energy into building something I put my heart in it. I put my, you know, like soul in it. But it just, and this being an 8 card talks to me about reciprocation. The energy that was put into building this wasn't being reciprocated, and it came to a point where it was like, look, if I'm going to put all this energy and get literally nothing out of it, then I'm going to stop putting my energy into this. And that means that I need to walk away from it. Because if I'm staying in something where I'm putting energy in and just making a decision, well, I'm just not going to I'm not going to effort anymore. No more effort. But you're still there. You're going to still put energy into it. So it's better to use that energy to turn the other way and walk toward a brighter horizon here. And with it being an 8, I feel that reciprocal energy. So if you're not getting the energy back that you're putting out in a situation, it may be time to cut your losses. Okay, a sword, I don't remember who's reading, somebody else had, another sign had the 8 of Cups as the first card as well, and then a sword, I can't remember which one, but it was a sword right after. And I'm feeling the same feeling. It's like the cutting your losses, it would be the key word here. So maybe you have done so, and that's why it's in the leading up to the full moon. So this, last couple weeks, last couple cycles possibly, I feel like there has definitely been some hard to let go of stuff that you have let go of, that you have cut your losses. Consider the energy that you've already put into this a loss, accept that you're not going to get it back, and move on. And so I feel like that's maybe what you've been dealing with. Let's look at our full moon card. The Knight of Swords. This might have been the other card, honestly, because this is cutting it out. This is just like off with their heads. This is what I'm hearing for you for this one. This is our Knight of Swords, which is movement, which is, you can see the wind blowing and like the hair is going back, the tree in the background. There's dark clouds in the background, but the wind is coming at her. She's facing it, right? She has the sun in her face, right? And she's just like ready to face this. This is about moving into action. This is about I am done. I'm cutting it out. I'm cutting my losses and I'm moving on. This is forward momentum 100%. And even when things are blowing back at you, there's there may be blowback from this. But I feel like this full moon is kind of empowering you or imbuing its energy into you to give you the confidence to face this and do what needs to be done, which in my opinion with these 3 cards so far is to just cut it out of your life. So cord cutting rituals, that sort of thing, that's very popular right now. There are many ways to do that though. Leading away from the full moon, going into the next cycle, 10 of fucking Cups, but the 8 of Pentacles too. But let's just appreciate this for a minute. Can we just appreciate this? This is after the cutting. You cut this out. You are no longer investing your energy into this. You have put energy into something. You have accepted that you are not going to get it back, not in any form. And that opens up this possibility for the happy ending. This is a 10, which is an ending. This is the end of a cycle. The 10 is also a peak in a way, because after you end a cycle, you start a new one, right? Just like the moon. But this is like, there's like the rainbow energy, the cups are all lined up. And then we have, our traditional looking family here. This is, and just like the light that is being emitted through these clouds, just want to hold this up a little bit longer so you can appreciate the energy here. Going from this, actually, I think if we're looking at them in order, they would be like this. But yeah, so she's literally cutting all of that gray out, letting it move past her, working through it, letting the wind go through her hair. And this is what shows up after this cloudy stuff is all cleared up and cleared out of the way. You clear a path for this. Okay, so I feel like this, whatever you're walking away from that has been harmful to you, getting rid of it, I feel like, is just so important. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is, you know, putting your words into action, right? So the words, whatever words you're using to cut this out, I'm kind of getting, because I said cord cutting, I'm kind of getting some type of physical working. There is something with your hands that you can do, either because now you're freed up to do so, or that will help you get to this point. So there is some physical work that does need to be done. But look, so the spread looks like this. I don't want to like move the camera and all that, but the spread is like a triangle, like a peak. We have the moon up here, right? And then we have, leading up on this side of the table for me. I don't know if the camera switches it backwards or not, but so there are two cards kind of on the bottom of these. Maybe don't do that. There are two cards on the bottom of this spread, and that would be these two cards, both eights. Eight's a manifestation. This is a manifestation number, especially with the full moon. Anyways, my mind just like went on a tangent that was unrelated. But look, this is walking away and this is putting in work. They're opposite kind of energies here, but they're both eights, which besides manifestation is reciprocation, right? Because that's what manifestation is a reciprocation between you and your environment. So what energy you're putting into something is what you're going to get back. So I feel like there is another place, because we have went through the cycle where this is the first card, this is the last card, they're both eights. Walking away from something that you've already put energy into that is not benefiting you opens you up for this, obviously, but also brings you something else to put energy into. It makes room, like we're clearing away for something new for you to put energy into to come into your experience. So I took a little bit longer with this reading because that Three of Swords with that Eight of Cups, that needed a little extra time there. But like, I hope that it wasn't too hard, and I hope that you can see the rainbow after the storm, basically, and know that this hard work that you're doing frees you up to just enjoy your life and do something that you want to do. Like, he's not mad about having to do this work. This is something that he wants to put energy into, whereas this was energy that was wasted. And it wasn't wasted entirely because you did learn a lesson. These swords are definitely about learning here. But I feel like this will move you forward into such a better place, even than you think you were before, when you were putting all that energy into it. You will find something that you enjoy putting your energy into that actually bears fruit. Okay. So that is what I have for your reading for this full moon. I'll see you in a couple weeks, around the new moon, around the 20th, 21st. And always remember that the magic you seek is within you.